I'm only making this for, I'm making this for Jordan right now, so she wanted me to talk to her. But this is just until she comes on, so this will only be in the interim before I have a phone call to take. But I figured that anybody that jumps on here, we can chat about whatever for a second or two. Screwed up my... What up, Supreme? I screwed up my my phone. I wanted to be this way. Yeah, I wanted to be this way, but it tells me to rotate my device because I set it up all backwards. I was in a hurry. But anyways, I'll wait for a couple minutes because I got a phone call to take. But I figured some of you might like to say hello or whatever. There was a bunch I wanted to talk about tonight. Actually, I got some really deep philosophical conversations, some discourse with one of my friends about a lot of things. And usually when things crop up into my reality, they have a very interesting way of connecting with reality as a whole and what a lot of people want to talk about and what they want to know and what is it exactly that must be said to the masses to unlock stages of awareness and consciousness. And see, I'm just still putting this together while I'm talking. I'm multitasking right now. I'm using my fingers while I am also look at this. Oh no, look at a bunch of people here. So I figured I would just chat for a second. What up, Ami? Speaking of my best friend. It's not my underwear. Is it my underwear? It's not my underwear. I mean, yeah, they're kind of supposed to be. Yeah, I should probably put some more clothes on. Like more. Like I'll have like a whole 3-level. Like I'll have a jacket and things on. So what up, Supreme? What up, Unstance and Zach Chrono? Yeah, it is my awesome shorts. I got the. You know what? Usually when I wear these. Check them out. I don't know if y'all can see, but I got this sweet chick here. And I got this shirt that's blue. It has a chick on it that I really like that I wear with these. It's kind of beach clothes. I know, since I've been wearing one too. I didn't realize I was wearing one, but apparently I am. What up, Lumeno? Thank you. Hey, and always, man. Thank you, man. Lumeno, I appreciate it. You definitely you hooked me up, man. I appreciate it, dude. It's much appreciated. Electric towel. But I'm only gonna be out here for a minute because I have a very important phone call. Hey, Unstance, I really assume you're wearing one. Is it what kind of metal is it? Is it a metallic one or is it chainmail? Or is it chainmail? Is that what they say, chainmail? I'd assume at least you'd be, wise enough to make sure. Yeah, I would assume it's bronze because we don't want the heavy metals around here. We've got to that next level where we know that bronze or copper or silver is going to be better. Brilliant, man, though. If you're going to put a chassis belt on, make sure it's bronze. It's going to be heavy, but, if you ring it at least. Like a bronze bell, yeah? Virginia chemtrails, I never even heard of that. A chemtrail, what is this? Is that something new? Is that a new word? I don't know, I never seen a chemtrail. Anybody? Any input on chemtrails? I don't... Oh shit. But yo, you know what? Go see Marty Leeds live. I'm just this is dicking around for a second. I'm not going to be putting out what Marty Leeds is right now. I mean, most other times I would say, yeah, of course, come see Zen, but no, go see Marty Leeds. He's a brilliant dude. I would shit if I didn't have a phone call and taking a minute, I'd shut this off and go check him out. Yeah, Marty Leeds is up there, man. It's funny, earlier today I was thinking about doing a video about all of the people that I kind of scratch my head and go, I don't trust that person. And then I was thinking of the people that I'm like, yeah, that's where you gotta go. Marty Leeds is up there. He's a brilliant guy, and he's not full of shit in any way. And he's not even. And there's a lot of people that aren't full of shit that are just misguided. He's not one of them. I'd put him in my. If I didn't put him in my 33 great teachers, I'm pretty sure I did. I'd put him in there now. Oh, Virginia. I'm kidding about the chemtrails thing. It's for me, the chemtrails things is kind of so far behind a lot of the concepts I play with that, like, you know, it's kind of like so many things that go on in the media today and go on with what can we do about it? Unless I'm talking to somebody right now, which would be nice, that works within that field of the chemtrailedness field that flies the airplane, that could do something. There's not much we can do. I mean, you know, everybody here has known fluoride is fucked up. Yet, no one's doing anything about the fluoride in the water, are they? You know, and that's how I feel about, like, chemtrails. Like, it's so obvious that we're getting poisoned. Like, what can we do other than put masks on or change our breathing or go to a mountain? Like, yeah, okay, we get it. You know, we get it that the TV is fucking full of shit. We get it that they're putting GMOs in our food. We get it that they're poisoning us when we come out the womb. Like, I get all this stuff. So I just go, unless there's something that, you know, critically, can someone just walk in there and fix it? Like, shit, I just don't know those people. I wish, if I was in the community of those people, I wouldn't have the knowledge I would to fix it. But because I have the knowledge of how to fix it, I can't get into that community of people, yes? So, if you know somebody that works for a water board, put them on here. I will talk to them. If you know somebody that's the chemist that thinks they know what's going on with, put them on the show. I'll talk to them straight, direct. But in reality, yeah, chemtrails, okay, they poison our air and they're changing the thing, but is that stop, you know? What are we going to do about it? You got one idiot that goes, yeah, I'm going to fly the plane. They're going to give me $150,000 a year. I'm going to fly the plane. And it's not really hurting anybody because they don't even really know what's going on. So, yeah, chemtrails, man. Marty Leeds does equal pi. Yeah, so please, Electric Town, check him out, because... Yeah, and I would go so far as to say, what can we do? Yeah, what can we do about the chemtrails? I mean, like, can we do something with our mind to, you know, everything is frequency, right? Can we use our minds to change the frequency of what's happening with the chemtrails? Yeah, maybe, hopefully. You know, that's high-level magic, but beyond that, like, telling 600 people that we're getting poisoned doesn't change the fact that we're fucking getting poisoned. You know, I guess that's where I've been on my journey for a little while now, to go, but what can any of us do about it? I have 2,000 people, you know, over the course of a little time watching my video. They work for all sorts of different businesses, but what are they going to do about it? They're going to walk up to knock on their boss's door. Hey, buddy, this can't happen anymore. And the boss is going to be like, I'm making $500,000 a year. I'm feeding my kids. Get the fuck out of my office. You're fired. You know? Hey, I'm sorry. President Trump, can you stop being an orange-faced, you know, can you stop working for Hollywood? You know, this isn't going to happen. Can the people that are the bad guys stop being bad guys? I just don't know what to do about that. Yeah, sometimes math can get, you know, Marty Leeds is a dude that can make you like math, but math in it on its own right is so, math don't exist. That's what you all can realize here. Here's a perfect example. Here's why you should listen to me over Marty Leeds, if there's any reason ever. Because mathematics doesn't exist. Is Marty Leeds going to write down a formula on a piece of paper with all of the math that he knows to extrapolate and negate chemtrails? No. But somehow your mind and doing something, walking to a business meeting or doing something mentally can cause some sort of... That can happen. And you know what that requires? Not one single number. Because numbers don't exist. As much as I love his work, because he proves something, he shows something. He uses this mathematics to show the hands. Here's the 26 letters. Here's the 10 numbers. Yes, he's brilliant, but At the start of the day, where we are now, at the end of the day, when all of this creation came through, numbers will never matter. Not for one. In the entire scope of the universe, mattered for about that much time. And it's a false measurement device. Send love to the trails. Yeah. Yeah, I send a bunch of love to some people, and that one time I sent a bunch of love and they punched me in the face. So I dip out when somebody says some faulty, false narrative of send everybody love and light. This is the same thing that people say when, like, we can change the world just by, if you change yourself, the world will change. Well, you know how many people said that? If that's what happened, that they changed themselves and the world got changed, why aren't we living in a changed world? Send them light and you'll get good in return. But then everybody's like, oh yeah, well that's just your repercussions. That's what the Spirit's telling you. Just wait, just wait, just wait. Well, I thought time didn't exist. And so we're left here with, like, shoveling out love and light to people that are just, like, punching you in the face and poisoning your children, poisoning your food, shitting in your mailbox, like literally ruining your existence, and everyone else is out here. So go figure out how to do something, either mentally or physically, to change this, because physicality don't include numbers, and neither does your mentality. So how are we gonna fix it? I don't know. I really don't know. I try magic. It helps sometimes in some things, but it definitely ain't fucking the faulty notion of spread love on it. The circle and the square electrics. I get it. Yeah. Torrens, so numbers don't matter? Are you typing to me in numbers right now, or are you typing me in letters? Your feelings matter. Feelings matter, and then the way you express them. That's all. Numbers are way down the line on level importance. If I just said 1, 5, 6, 2, 7, 7, blah, 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 is that gonna... Oh, thank you for that. You've really expressed all of nature. The plant came up to you as a rose, and the rose was like 1, 2, 7, 5, 8, 5, 9. And the little dog came up to you, wagging its tail, drooling everywhere, and was like, hey, 2, 2, 5, 6, 5. And you're like, oh my God, thank you for telling me all these numers. They're numbing. They may have no meaning whatsoever. Like right now, am I speaking through numbers? No, I'm speaking through myself, because that's the way I feel. Feeling matters, then language becomes an outpouring of that. Way down the line is what we find as a numerical disassociation. Why do you think computers disassociate you? Because we're dealing with ones and zeros. 1 and 0. Chop it up. Is it on or is it off? Is the light on? Is it off? There's no rail there. And ripe soul. Hopefully this is giving you some serotonin. Yeah, Katesh, I mean, 1,000 times over, I'll say I agree with that. Your world changes when your mind does. Mine does. But does that change everything in the world? Certainly not. Because, once again, I've already stated this quite abruptly, quite clearly, that the world that has been given to us, granted to us, all of us, 7 billion, there's been people that have changed their mind, and they've, obviously changed their little, we'd say, time scope, their bubble, their auric field. That, however, doesn't change the fact that right now, in Saudi Arabia, the oil is getting stolen, the poppy seeds are getting funneled into the Americas and the rest of the world to poison and drug people. So my life is good. I know better than to eat those poisons, and I know better than to poison my water, yet the entire world's water is poisoned. So you make a non-statement. It's oblivious. It's so egotistical, yet you're someone that claims you got to get rid of the ego. Egotistical, that's your life. My life is good, but I still have caring and bearing upon the rest of the world, knowing that until something changes out there for everyone else, should there be people poisoning water? Am I poisoning the fucking water? That's insane. I have nothing to do with their lives, but I would like to be able to help out the situation with, knowledge that, hey, fluoride shouldn't be in the water, and Coca-Cola shouldn't be buying up land. Nobody owns land. Tell me about your native ancestry. Are you native to these lands? Because I am. Tell me about your nativity. Tell me about what you believe in, because it ain't helping the world. If you have a good life, good for you. I'm thankful that you have a good life, but that shit ain't helping anybody else. Well, if everyone changed, the world would change, Torrin. So tell me how to help 7 billion people out, and I'll do that right now. If I could sit here and be in Samadhi and change 7 billion people's minds, I will do whatever it takes to get into Samadhi to change 7 billion people's minds. But I do know for certain, for a fact, that other people that have been there, they didn't change my mind. They didn't change my neighbor's mind. They didn't change that starving little babies over there. They didn't give anyone an option to what they had to eat. They're gonna go to the drive-thru at McDonald's and eat their first meal of the day as a Big Mac with beef surprise. That's genius, right? But if I just love everyone, it will change the world. Well, why isn't it changed then? I've gone through days of just I'll just love everything. What did it change? Doesn't seem like much. I mean, I'm still happy at times. Zet Chrono, King Drop 432, no. Alright, Katesh, you have a good night too. But yeah, I think it just has to do with, like, everybody's like, oh, the 100th monkey. But even that, in the conscious community, they say the 100th monkey syndrome. It's the concept that even people in the conscious community believe they're from monkeys. Then you got these other people out here, conscious community, be woke up, be all this. And they're sitting there out here like, oh, we all came from Mother Africa. Like, no, we fucking didn't. The world is huge. We all came from different places. We all came from Mama Earth, not from Africa. You got people out here saying they're like this whole concept, everything we've been delivered through the delusion of the numerical world and the delusion of all the books that have been written. Who wrote the books? The winners of every war. What were they fighting over? And then we read the books and go, oh, we went to the school. We got all the learned men's knowledge. What do the learned men want to know? They want to know how to control and dominate things. And then we're sitting here like, oh, we're woke up. We know what's going on. What up, Jordan? Hey, Lumeno, I'll get in there again. I've done much work on this idea of the ego. Go listen to my last video on it. I guess you don't understand what textbook definition. I must not know what the ego is. But I'm looking at the definitions of what ego is, and as always, I'll say this 1,000 times over, if you got rid of your ego, you wouldn't be on here. You'd be sitting there throwing up if you could even figure out how to use your hands, you'd be putting some mudras on, just sitting there incapacitated to even speak language. Because an ego, actually what it means is, here, I'll do this again because it's just, I find humor in it, because then are we speaking a different language? We're probably saying something similar, but when you use the word ego, not because I go everything by textbook and definition, but I find, and Jordan, I'm gonna talk to you in 1 second. I only made this show so I could see if you would show up, and then I'll chat with you in a second. And people that say this, always people that claiming that they got to get rid of the ego, they got fucking 50,000 subscribers. But you need 50,000 subscribers for it. To tell them to get rid of the thing that actually defines who they are and their experience. Because it literally makes no sense. What do you mean get rid of the id? You mean get rid of the superego? The identity of self? Here, the word ego means a person's sense of self-esteem, or if I used it in a different way, a part of the mind that mediates between conscious and unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. If you get rid of the capacity for you to test reality, you're sitting there drooling, doing nothing. Right now, you're completely ego-driven to even be talking to me. Is that right or wrong? In metaphysics, in the philosophy of metaphysics, it literally means a conscious thinking subject. So how can people from a conscious community, consciously aware of themselves, say get rid of the ego? Because literally the ego means a conscious thinking subject. by definition, it's literally the opposite of what they're saying. You should have control of your ego and know what it is. You should have control of your identity of whatever yourself is. You should have love for yourself. To get rid of self-esteem? To tell a child they're worthless? To tell an adult they're worthless? Have no self-esteem? Don't identify your experience as yours? That your rewards and punishments and everything you've gone through in life, the injuries and the happiness, that's not for you to have? That's insane. This entire conversation that people from conscious communities, because they're actually driven by the same culture, the entity, the idea of the culture that is reminding them at the same time that their life has no value, to be conscious and aware and awake, but then to tell them again that they don't even exist, that is fucking insane. Because here's what I can tell you, I exist. And if I got rid of my ego, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you all about how can I help you improve your life. Why? Because I know I have a life and I wish it would be improved in certain ways. And I know that I've been rewarded with certain things in my life that allow me to express myself, that every one of you can gain something off of my life. If I didn't have an ego, I couldn't tell you how to do that. You'd be off into nowhere land. You'd eat a bunch of mushrooms and just sit in the field until you had that ego death. Yeah, but you know what happens after you eat a couple grams of psilocybin? You know, you come right back to reality. Oh, back to reality. Because the truth is you exist. And you need to know that. And you need to have a healthy self-respect, a healthy self-esteem. It means don't let the ego drive you. Doesn't mean to get rid of it. How can we have an ego if we're not supposed to have it? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That's like God giving you life and saying, well, you shouldn't have it. Giving you free will or choice, but you shouldn't have it. Giving you all this world to experience in any way and say you shouldn't have it. Don't have that. That was just a trick. I gave you an ego, but you got to get rid of it because, you know, like the Mayans said, we're all the same. It ain't the same. I'm here doing this. My neighbor over there is beating the shit out of her child right now. You know? So, the notion, the idea, is that within my mind, I can comprehend all of these things and not get carried away with it. This is fun for me. But the only way that you can have an impact on my life and I can have an impact on your life is if you have an ego and I have an ego. If your ego gets ahead of you, you probably turn into an asshole. Well, we don't want assholes, but what we did is say, hey, look at all those people in Hollywood. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. They got really big egos. And we've misinterpreted what ego meant because we don't know it. Just look it up. Define it. What, you don't like the dictionary? Everything else we define uses the dictionary. Go find a 1940s dictionary. Go find something before the Lipstick Convention and they started burning books. Go look at that one. It's going to say a very similar thing. So, yeah. Man. Thank you, Electric Towel. There's the answer. Thank you, Virginia. Exactly. This is exactly it. And as Alan Watts said, the biggest sale out here today, Alan Watts told you, is the getting rid of the ego. Everybody want to sell getting rid of the ego. Why? So they can sell you to come to their fucking classes. How to get rid of yourself. Oh, I don't identify with any of this. I don't have any relationship to any of this. The ego gives you an ability to have relationships. Without the ability to have a relationship, who do you think you are? You fucking God? You're going to create all this? You're going to sit there in a little cave and thinking you have no ego? That's idiotic. Even an animal has an ego. Figure that one out. Why are people at war with the ego? Because we've been trained to. So therefore, we've been at war so much with our ego because we were trained to by a bunch of really strange people that now they want you to get rid of it. Because if you got rid of your ego, you know what you become? You become the easiest subject to manipulate. You'll walk right down. You know what we're doing now? We walk in the store, stand in lines. Yes, ma'am. Yes, mister. Yes, sir. We change our language. We change our whole persona. There's words we can't say. There's things we can't do. But now you're going to get rid of your ego and you'll say, yes, whatever you say, it's just what the doctor ordered. It's just what Nobody will say, oh, it's just what God said. They'll just say, no, the universe provides. Oh, this is just something that I have to go through, some trials and tribulations. That's the people that don't have an ego. Well, it's not they don't have an ego. They've just disidentified with themselves. Oh, I'm going to deal with this bullshit here. Oh, I'm going to get rid of my ego, but I still got the government there shitting all over my friends. That's insane. To allow these people to fucking shit all over our food, to sell us bullshit on the media. Oh no, I'm just going to get rid of my ego. That's okay. We'll just allow for that. We just got to learn to allow everything. The fuck out of here. That's real. Get the fuck out of here with it. We're just going to allow for that. That's literally insanity, and that's what everybody's doing. We're falling for the okie dokie. Oh no, let's just be vegan and just be kind and be nice to everything and everyone. It doesn't matter. Oh, they had a bad childhood. Doesn't matter if somebody has a bad childhood. I get it. I have feeling and empathy for them. But the moment somebody's like sitting there fucking beating the shit out of you and your children and poisoning you, yeah, the people that are doctors, they had bad childhoods. That's why they're doctors. People that are cops, they had bad childhoods. That's why they're cops. But you're gonna let them fucking whoop on you and poison you? You're gonna let the people in pharmaceutical companies that want to control everything and manipulate everything control you through the food? You're gonna let the channels of media control you? You better fucking have an ego so you can fix something. You get to fix nothing if you have no ego. This shit gets so fucking irritating and old when I hear people in the conscious community say shit about the ego. The fuck out of here. Well, you know what? I got an ego and I'm happy with it. You know what? I'm not hurting anybody with it. I'm trying to educate people with it. Imagine that. But whatever. Reza, that's the correct answer. Extending time is what the ego is confused about. Reza, perfect answer for that. An electric towel, yeah, the eagles and the eggs and the shells, yeah. So I just do this for entertainment out here, but so check it out, y'all. I only got on here to coordinate with where'd she go? Is she still on here? Jordan, you still on here? Hit me up on the Gmail and I'll chat with you there. Yeah, the only reason I got in here was to talk to Jordan, so yeah. Screw all you guys. This wasn't for you. So cool. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant and rave there. Hope it didn't. Oh, Jordan, so yeah, hit me up on my Gmail and I'll talk to you. Cool. Talk to you guys soon. I might come on later and I'll be less less egotistical about it, huh? When energy gets confused for ego, and we'll try that. We'll play that game. Alright guys, cheers.